They say that only legends know the true meaning of second chances. And the first, the great and mighty cancelled owl, I am a legend. You may remember me from my hit single, Beware the Owl. Or maybe you were one of the millions who unfollowed me after reading this super problematic tweet of mine from back in 2013. Yep, that's right. After all these years, it's finally been dug up by those pesky cancel culture warriors. And now my fellow forest animals are giving me the cold shoulder. But listen, that was a different bird. I've grown so much since then. Like, just look at how far I've come. That's right. Now they call me the cancelled owl, but back then they called me the most likely to succeed. Yeah, that's right. Back then I was a real piece of, well, let's just say I wasn't an owl of principles. Okay, I used to go around making fun of squirrels because I thought they were stupid. I made jokes about rabbits for being cowards, and when it came to bears, I just didn't have enough nice things to say. Okay, I was lazy, I was insensitive, I was a mean girl. Okay, I did not have enough empathy. And although I do regret everything I said back then, I think it's important to forgive yourself. Because if you don't, you're going to get stuck in the past. You're going to get cancelled. And trust me, you don't want to end up like Old Man River over there. He's still salty that people used to laugh at his jokes back in the 60s. Nobody laughs at Old Man River's jokes anymore. That's why he's bitter. That's why he has to live under that bridge. Don't let that be you. I'm trying to move forward. I'm trying to be a better version of myself. And part of that is coming clean and admitting to my wrongs, taking accountability. That's what my therapist told me to do anyway. So here I am. And as a symbol of my commitment to change, I'd like to offer every animal in the forest a second chance to get to know the real me, the one who makes custom birdhouses for blue jays, the one who donates bugs to ladybugs, the one who spends her days off reading poetry to baby bunnies. Because that's the kind of owl I am now. I spend my days writing poetry, tending to my garden, sipping chamomile tea. I've even taken up knitting. Look at the scarf I made for Mrs. Raccoon. She was so touched she shed a little tear. Well, actually, she'll shed a lot of tears. She's very sensitive. Yeah, I've changed. But don't just take my word for it. Let me show you. The best way to know if someone's changed is by judging them less. And I've been doing a lot of that lately. For example, when I saw a blue jay building a nest out of twigs, leaves, and string, I didn't stop to make fun of her DIY skills. Instead, I complimented her work. When I saw a bunny hopping around in circles, I didn't stop to ask what kind of medicine they were on. Instead, I asked them to dance with me. And when I saw a bear digging through a dumpster, I didn't stop to yell at her for being lazy. I stopped to ask her if she liked gummy worms. Yeah, I'm just a changed bird. That's why I was so surprised when I got this tweet from Karen the woodpecker. She was saying some really messed up things about squirrels. Things like squirrels are stupid, slow, and deserve to be laughed at. They can't even cross the street without getting hit by a car. The only good thing about them is that they get rid of those annoying acorns. And then she followed it up with, "Don't come for me. I'm not even sorry." Wow, this sounds exactly like someone I used to know. Someone who used to say stuff like this. Someone who used to bully others for fun. Okay, I know I shouldn't judge, but come on. There's literally no reason to treat another creature poorly just because they're different than you. It does not matter if they re-slow or clumsy, or if they cooey and figure out how to use a smartphone. We all have our strengths and weaknesses, and bullying just makes everyone's life worse, especially yours. Because it turns out bullies are more unhappy with their own lives than the people they're rebullying. It's all about perspective. So instead of letting Karen's negativity bring me down, I decided to follow the block button. Because if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all. In fact, I should know. And speaking of Karen, she's just one of many examples of toxic behavior I see online. People going out of their way to find something to be offended about. People shaming others for their opinions. People intentionally spreading rumors and misinformation. It's hard to believe this is the same world where just a few years ago I tweeted, "Acorns taste like dirt and I hate them." Can you imagine? Well, actually you can because it's right here on my page. But back then it was a different bird. I was young, I was stupid, and most of all, I was mean. Now I believe in calling out toxic behavior. I believe in showing compassion and understanding. I believe in fighting for justice and equality. Basically, I believe in all the things I used to pretend to believe in so I could get more likes and retweets. I know what you're thinking. Are you just saying this to save your own feathers? Are you just trying to convince yourself that you've changed? Not at all. I've done a lot of soul searching. I've done a lot of inner work. I've read a ton of books. I've watched even more TED Talks. And I'm so happy to report that, yes, I am indeed a changed bird. But if you need more proof, just take a look at my art. I used to draw stick figures. Now I draw Van Gogh-style sunflowers. I used to only draw birds. Now I draw birds, squirrels, rabbits, hedgehogs, turtles, foxes, deer, mice, moose, bears, and weasels. But despite all this progress, I know I still have a lot to learn. I still have a lot of work to do. So today I'm taking the next step on my journey towards self-improvement. I'm going to walk right up to the edge of town. I'm going to take a deep breath and I'm going to hand out these flyers. These flyers right here say second chances. Judge less. Follow for empathy. I wrote it myself. Isn't it cute? Yeah, I'm a changed bird. But will the other animals give me another chance? Will they forgive me? Well, I'll let you know next week. Because this is the Cancelled Owl, and until further notice, I'm signing off.